Over the past decades, the middle class has been on a steep decline and faced countless tough times. People with middle-class incomes have seen their purchasing power take a nosedive. Let's get into the reason the middle class is shrinking and uncover a ticking time bomb that's shaking the very foundations of the middle class. Life's essentials like cars, healthcare, education, gas, and utilities keep getting pricier. However, incomes haven't kept pace. According to a survey by Bankrate, almost 3 in 4 workers say their incomes haven't at least kept pace with their rising cost of living. What this eventually means is that every month, inflation eats away at a bigger chunk of people's paychecks. The classic American dream of owning a home and building wealth through property is slipping out of reach for many, especially those in the middle class. Why? Because there just aren't enough decent-paying jobs to go around. In fact, many folks now need multiple jobs just to make ends meet. With the changing economic dynamics, lots of people might not even realize they've slipped out of the middle class. The job market today is like a seesaw. On one end, you've got those high-paying gigs that often need a pricey college degree. On the other end, there are lower-paying jobs. But here's the harsh reality. Even having a degree doesn't guarantee a 6-figure salary anymore, because there are more low-paying jobs out there than high-paying ones. A survey in August 2023 found that most American workers don't have job security. Only 40% have steady jobs that pay at least $40,000 a year, including health benefits and paid time off. The middle class used to be a big player in the U.S. economy, driving growth, but now it's shrinking. From 1971 to 2021, it has shrunk by 11%. Before we move further, let's dig into what it really means to be middle class. Economists often argue about how to define this group, and it's more complicated than it seems. The Department of Labor says a family of 4 is at the poverty level if they make less than $30,000. If you earn between $30,000 and $43,372, you're in the middle class. But here's the catch. Critics say it's strange to put a part-time bartender and a wealthy suburban couple with very different incomes in the same category. The Federal Reserve says middle income includes individuals falling within the middle 50% of all incomes. But with extreme differences between the rich and the rest of us, this average might not truly represent the middle. In reality, the middle class isn't smack in the middle these days. The current definition is more about demographics than actual buying power. No matter how you define the middle class, one thing is for certain: they are struggling financially. The support that once held up this group is starting to crumble. More and more middle-class Americans are finding themselves shut out of the dream of homeownership. And inflation isn't helping matters either. In June 2022, inflation hit a whopping 9.1%, making everything more expensive. Property values shot up, leading to big gains in home equity for some. But for most young adults, this meant getting priced out of the housing market. Mortgage rates are the highest they've been in over 20 years. Middle-income households can now only afford homes that are worth half as much as they could just 3 years ago. The dream of owning a home has become a distant reality for many. While purchasing power has taken a hit, home prices have gone through the roof. To put this in perspective, in 2023, the average median sale price was higher than any previous year in history, at $409,000. Americans are now borrowing way more money for homes, and with the rising interest rates, they keep digging themselves into a deeper and deeper hole. If you're a middle-class home buyer, it's tough out there. The average mortgage payment on a newly purchased home has soared past $2,000 a month. The typical mortgage payment is up $1,339 from 10 years ago. Experts and economists point out that entering the market is especially challenging if you don't earn a 6-figure salary. This makes life difficult for young adults who grew up in middle-class households, as they struggle to maintain their previous living standards due to the inability to invest in real estate. Let's zoom out from the housing market and take a look at the bigger financial picture. The costs of energy, fuel, and groceries have been climbing steadily in recent years. For many middle-income earners, this means there's less money left over for things like dining out, big purchases, or trips. When people tighten their belts and spend less money, it creates a negative loop. Economic activity slows down, and everyone becomes more financially vulnerable. With minimal disposable income, saving every penny becomes crucial. It's not about stashing away money for a luxury vacation. It's about creating a financial safety net. Emergency funds and retirement accounts become lifelines. But here's the sad truth. Many middle-class individuals lack a reliable financial cushion. It's like walking on a financial tightrope without a safety net. The Gen Z have just entered the workforce, and they're facing a unique set of challenges. Not only are they struggling to afford a starter home, but they're also dealing with the disappearing availability of starter cars. Those small, affordable models that used to be perfect for young drivers are now rare. Instead, they're forced to take out hefty loans for SUVs or electric cars. Even the educated ones, who seemingly did everything right, find themselves stuck in financial dependence unless they were born into wealth. And it's not just Gen Z. Millennials, too, are feeling the financial pinch. Some were lucky enough to snag a starter home and car before prices skyrocketed. But for many, these essential purchases have become prohibitively expensive. The dream of financial independence is slipping away, leaving them in a cycle of financial stress. Middle-income individuals find themselves squeezed. Disposable income, the money they are left with after paying for necessities, is shrinking. This means less room for enjoyable activities or saving for the future. In 2023, achieving the classic American dream milestones like moving into a bigger house and enjoying a comfortable retirement feels like a distant reality for many. The economic landscape is making it harder and harder to achieve the elusive financial independence. Upgrading from a 13-year-old Honda Fit and securing a larger, permanent home. Things the previous generation managed at a similar age now seem like a Herculean task. Retirement, once a fundamental part of the American dream, is slipping away for more than half of working Americans. The retirement system in the nation is showing signs of unraveling. According to an article by Forbes magazine, Americans' retirement savings now fall short by nearly $500,000. Planning for retirement may seem like a puzzle, but the solution is actually quite straightforward. Imagine you could go back in time and start saving just 5% of your paycheck when you're in your 20s. Work consistently for 40 years, keep contributing, avoid major life disruptions like divorce or job loss, and never touch your retirement savings. But what if you didn't start saving until your 40s? Well, then things get a bit trickier. To have enough for an 80% income replacement in retirement, you'd need to save over 26% of your income every year until you're 67. It's a steeper climb. And imagine if you had to start fresh at 50. You'd have to put away half of your earnings for the rest of your working years. The current retirement system makes saving nearly impossible for many, pushing the dream of retiring with dignity further out of reach. Adding to the struggle, 90% of middle-class individuals report that their lives have become more expensive. Wages are failing to keep pace, leaving even those in the upper middle class living paycheck to paycheck. A significant percentage are concerned about losing access to loans, highlighting the financial strain. The signs of this struggle are evident in rising delinquency rates on credit cards, mortgages, and auto payments. According to Investopedia, U.S. car owners are falling behind on their auto loan payments at a rate not seen in 13 years. All these statistics paint a grim picture, but unfortunately, that is the reality we face today. The American middle class is not just shrinking, it's undergoing a profound crisis. Decades of policies have made the cost of living unbearable for the average person. Financial hardships are reaching unprecedented levels, affecting not only individuals, but contributing to a broader decline across the entire country. The consequences of this crisis are far-reaching. It's not just about individuals struggling to make ends meet. It's about a systemic issue that's affecting the fabric of the nation. The middle class, once the backbone of economic growth, is now facing a slow and painful demise. Decades of policies have led to a cost of living that's pushing the average person to their limits. If you want to avoid the fate many Americans are facing today, don't just save your money, invest it. Click the video on screen now to learn the 7 simple investment strategies Warren Buffett follows that have made him a billionaire.